Put our names in.
Did you guys hold your names? Now write down your letters on your sheet.
Looks like an
That's too big. It's not that big. You see, those are the cabins. Hey, Sean, that's where it's called. Where?
The first letter pole that you're going to be visiting. The first place you're going to be visiting is
B.
What about you?
B.
What about you?
B.
You all have B? Yes, we're all going to go to pole B as a sample together. That's your first pole. When you get to the pole, you are going to flip your paper over. You're going to answer the questions and write your answers in the boxes. Then where are you going to go? To pole
A. G. N.
all different letters. When you get to that pole, what are you going to do?
Right. Look at the questions.
Look at the questions and write
down
the
the
answers. You're going to do that at pole 3 as well. If you finish pole 3 and you go to pole 4, do you have a place to write the answers to the questions?
No.
No. There's no space to write 8 answers down. So you only have to answer questions at pole number 1, 2, and 3. 4 and 5, I'll show you what to do with those a little bit later. Questions? Does that make sense? Yes.
How much time are we going to get?
Well, once we finish the instruction, we're going to look at our watch and we'll see what time we have to come back, and we'll give you a certain amount of time. Okay? Next. So now you know what a watershed is. You know what a riparian buffer zone is. You know which questions you're going to ask and answer to determine if your riparian buffer zone is in good condition. And you know which places around the Smith Center you're going to visit. Next question is, where are these places you're going to visit? Well, take a look at your map. The map is going to be your best friend for the next couple of hours. It's going to help you find your way around the areas. What are some things on the map that can help you find your way around? And I want to make sure that everybody's listening to this. Ladies, make sure you're listening, because here's where we're going to talk about finding your way around. You're going to be going around without an adult, maybe, without a counselor. So we don't want you to get lost. This is important to listen to. What are some things on that map that are going to help you navigate? Oh, that's going to be your best friend, right? The legend or the key. So what are some features? What are some things on that the key identifies? Name one.
Like the bridges and the buildings.
It shows you where buildings are and bridges. It shows you where streams and bodies of water are. Trails are going to be a very good thing for you, because we want you to stay on the trails as much as possible and not just bushwhack through all the forest. Yes? The mini compass, the north, is going to help you as well. First challenge with the map is I want you to put your finger where we are right now. Put your finger where we are right now.
Oh wait, guys, here's his road right there. Oh yeah.
Let me go through my process of thought with you to help you understand. When I look at this map, I see green and I see white. And I know that green means forest and white means open area, field, parking lot, things like that. I also know that we were near some buildings this morning. We were in White Oak Hall and the cabins were right by. And I know the big black things are the buildings. And I know that this is the Smith Center campus with White Oak Hall and the 4 cabin buildings. And then I know that we walked behind the cabins into the forest. So we walked behind the cabins into the forest, and then we were kind of on a path for a little bit, and then we cut off into the forest. And on your map, you'll see in this forest, there's a little C with a circle, which stands for outdoor classroom. So there's this loop that's shaped like a P-shaped trail, and we are next to that in the forest, in the C with a circle. So put your finger on that place. It's in the middle of all these dots. It's in the middle of all the dots, and each dot means tree. So we are in this forest. Look around. We are in this pine plantation forest with all these pine trees planted here. So we are here. Mr. Do they all look like they know where we are? So I remembered landmarks that I walked by, buildings, trails, and now we're at an outdoor classroom. Questions about that? Okay, so now we know where we are now. Put your finger on the place where you're going to go first. Which pole are you going to go first? Yes. Did you find letter B? They are red circles, right? Red circles with letters next to them. Is it close or far?
Close.
It is pretty close. So the contour lines tell you, are you climbing uphill or downhill? If the contour lines are really close together, like they are right here or right here, that means it is steep. It's very steep. And depending on where you are, you might be going up or down. When they're farther apart, it means it's more flat. So you can see where we are in the forest. Are the lines close or far?
Far.
They're pretty far. So it's not very steep here, is it?
No.
It's fairly flat. Okay? So that will help you know where you are. On our hike yesterday, we walked along this trail around Lake Frank, and then along Rock Creek, and then up towards the Nature Center, and then around toward the campfire circle, which is back up here. Does that make sense to you? Spending some time looking at the map because I don't want you to get lost out in the woods. Any questions about that?
After those girls, you watch, they'll be back.